Alright, so today I want to take a look at a Dwarf deck. Reason being is very simple. There's a lot of White Frost decks. White Frost gets a lot of value from the Frost effects doing damage to your highest units. If they're damaging our highest units, the armor off Mahakam Forge on all the Dwarves gets a lot of value. And I want to see if that's good in the current game state. That armor on all of our Dwarves gives us enough value that this deck's pretty strong. So let's take a look. We have Monroe, transformed into Dwarves into Dwarf Berserkers. Pretty solid. Combine it with Zoltan a lot of the time. Spawn the 2 Rowdy Dwarves, transform into 2 Dwarf Berserkers. That's the best short round type of thing we have. Although it's not that short of a round, because you want to get a couple turns with the Berserkers. And we have Brewer. Brewer's amazing. He carries whichever round you play him in. You have Dwarves with armor out, and then you play Brewer and he boosts them all, and then if they don't answer Brewer, you basically win the round because he boosts so much. We have a Heat Wave. Felt like we needed a Heat Wave. I'm not sure, honestly, about this one because we don't have any other really removal. So we just have the one Heat Wave. But it'll probably be useful. Then we have Call the Forest. Play a Scoia'tael unit from our deck. Really, we're looking for either Monroe, Zoltan, or Brewer, whichever one we're missing. We have no Guardian Justice. Everything's a Dwarf, so we always get the Cleaver's Muscle. And we want to go for our Volunteers. If we already play Volunteers, it's not bad because we have other choices. Then we have Yarpen. He's really good. He's some of our only removal in the deck, 3 damage. Then he boosts himself by 1 for the armor on him, so it comes down for 10. Vegas, he's a defender. He defends our Brewer. That's pretty much it. He also plays a second unit, which helps with the boosting for each Dwarf, because he plays 2 Dwarves, him and a Rowdy Dwarf. Then we have Dennis. I was originally playing CR in here, but we're trying out the buff Dwarven Mercenary, so we can't play any, well we could, but we're not going to play any non-dwarf units, so we're adding in Dennis. He can use the ranged effect to boost everything in a row, it's pretty solid. And the other thing is we are also trying out the Mahakam Defender, so the way to boost is good. We're trying out the new, I'm not sure how long ago, but at some point they're buffed to 4 provisions, so we're trying them out. And Dennis helps with both of them. Then we have Xavier. He's our engine. He's good. Honestly, he's really strong. We put him in the deck, and he gets an armor for the Mahakam Forge. You play him, he gets a point every turn. Pretty solid. And when you play Dwarves, he gets the armor back, which is nice, especially if we're considering that our goal here is to fight White Frost decks, which there are a lot of. And if every turn he's getting an armor and a boost, they're wasting a lot of their frost damage on him. Zoltan's Company. One of the best ways to get armor on everything for Brewer. You have Zoltan out at some point, you play Zoltan's Company, get 3 Dwarves, armor on everything in the row, play Brewer, everything gets boosted. Alternatively, you play Brewer first and then this, but because that way you get the barricade back active on Brewer if they damage him. We have Barclay. He's one of our finishers. You boost something by the number of Dwarves on your row. Pretty solid. I should mention that this deck with does especially struggle versus Yrden, but we haven't seen any Yrdens yet, so I'm not concerned, really. The 2 Volunteers were I mentioned. The 1 Dwarven Chariot, you could play 2. I found it's fine at 1. You could also play a Nature's Rebuke here if you want more removal. This slot's pretty flexible. The 2 Dwarf Berserkers, they're solid here. One thing to mention here is we do not want to face Syndicate, because Junior just kills these with his Fee, and that's really bad. Just keep that in mind. Then we have the Dwarven Mercenaries. This is one of the cards we want to try out. I believe it was a 5 version and now went to a 4. And as a 4 in a Dwarf deck, I wanted to see if it was any good. We did have to remove our CRN for this. Normally I was playing CRN up here instead of Dennis. Then a couple changes in here. We have to also keep in mind that Dwarven Chariot is a machine. And I don't really want to play around that, so like I said earlier, we're going to play this as a Nature's Rebuke. Thought I made that change earlier, but we didn't. There we go. So we have the 1 Nature's Rebuke now. And we have the Dwarf Berserkers. Dwarven Mercenaries, like I said, we want to have non-dwarves. So I mentioned we did the change here with CRN. We just did the change here with the Dwarven Chariot. And then, yeah, that's about sums it up. You could also play, if you're not playing the Dwarf Berserkers, or not the Dwarf Berserkers, the Dwarven Mercenaries, you could try out Sunset Wanderers. Instead of Heat Wave, you could try out Gezros if you want, because you're going to be playing a lot of things in the same row. It's all up to you. Then we have down here our 2 defenders. This is the other one we want to test out. I remember this card was a 6 provision bronze. That was a while ago. Now it's a 4 provision bronze. It has the same ability where on turn end boosts 1 if it's boosted. Now how do we boost this then? We can boost it with miners. That's the ideal one. We set up a miner, play the defender, miner on the defender. Pretty solid. The other option is we can use Dennis. Dennis boosts the ones adjacent to him if he's melee. Play next to him, boost it. And the last option is Brewer. If Brewer starts boosting it, it'll keep being boosted. So we have a few ways to boost the defender, and I wanted to see if it was good. Miner, we just mentioned, its purpose mainly is for defender, but it's still a solid card. And then we have Mahakam Guard. There's no Pyrotechnician since I cut them for the Mercenaries to try them out. So we'll see how this goes. And Mahakam Guard, obviously, if you play a bunch of Dwarves, you play it and it boosts itself quite a bit. So this is the deck. We're going to test out these new Dwarf changes. Oh, by the way, we're still playing Enchanted Armor because it's cool. No, that's about it. So let's see how this goes. Like I mentioned here, we're looking for White Frost decks. That's almost exclusively what I encountered yesterday. So we're going to see if that's still the case. Because I think we have a really good matchup versus them with the passive value from our armor. We'll see. We do have to keep in mind they have movements. Okay, so this is probably a Lippy deck. This one will be tough. But we can win a long round 3 with Brewer. So we just want to make sure we can set up a long round 3 and then go into that with Brewer. To do that, I want big plays in this round. I don't mind dropping Monroe if that's what we have to do. 2 Dwarven Mercenaries are nice. We have Justice, we don't want this card. Yarpen's solid here. We do not have a way to boost our defender, so I think we'll put it back. And there's our Brewer. Sunset Wanderers going across there. Yeah, there's the Lippy start. If we had a... How do we get 2 Rowdy Dwarves? Looks like we're gonna get pushed round 2. We don't have any... We have 1 swing in Justice. We have another pretty big swing in Yarpen. We do have the Zoltan's Company, Monroe. I don't think he has a Lambert to answer it. But the other question is we could just save that for round 2. Because I don't think we're winning this round. But we'll try with Xavier and Justice and see how close we get. It depends on what his next cards are, right? Because he could play some 4s, version cards, or he could start playing some more big swing cards. And he also has Knickers coming out at some point. And he also has Blue Boy, which we just hope he doesn't have yet. Blue Boy is the thing I'm concerned about with Zoltan's Company. So I want to get at least 1. Wow, he just had the hand here so far. We'll play Justice. Get our Thinning out, take out our Volunteers. And we'll pull those out of our deck, keeping us in this a little bit. Man, his hand was really good. He had the double discard Skirmishers off the Burna, and then he had the Ceres. He has Morkvarg too. It's like ideal for him, which would be bad for us. Okay, Megascope. We're getting more Shield Maidens. We definitely want to force those out earlier then. Definitely want to see if we get that out early. I don't want to get bled in a round 2, we can't win, but Brewer is a pretty solid card. Okay, so he didn't quite get both crows, which is nice. Down by 13 right now. Well, no, because he's going to get the Megascope. So we're down by more than that. 7, 7, 9, 16, that's 25, it's to 45. It's not quite a lot, that's for sure. We'll go for it anyway though, because this isn't bad. He is going first, so hopefully we can keep pretty close to him with these bigger cards and then see if he just passes at some point so we can win. Would be nice. I don't know if we're going to get much out of Nature's Rebuke here. This is gonna be the second Megascope, probably, right? Yeah, there it is. This Ceres is gonna be massive. Potentially game-winningly massive. But these are slower tempo plays for him that lets us stay in here. Drop in all these mercenaries. I think guard puts us ahead now, right? Because he goes 442. We need 7. This gets us +1. Okay, as long as he has a Morkvarg, this is good for us.
Hey, listen here. Listen well.
Of course he has Morkvarg. 15 points. Pretty significant. But we'll drop our guard. We get an extra point if we play Yarpen first. Do we want to play Yarpen though? It's a 10 point, 46. Get 2 here. I think we do play Yarpen this round, so we'll do it first. Let's hit Morkvarg. And we'll go for our guard, it'll be pretty big. Don't want to play Brewer. Monroe we don't want to play because we're going to want him later. We need to assemble a very strong round 3 after winning this. So we have to win this. So we're probably going to use Mahakam the leader charge here for the tempering at some point. I think we might need it to win the round. Oh no, we're just going to get away with it by dropping guard. Okay. That was pretty solid. Now let's go to a long round 3 and try and win it with Brewer. He's going to have a massive swing with this Ceres. He also has his Lippy. I don't think I saw Knickers in there though. He got squirreled. I guess he discarded it. So for a long round 3, we don't need this versus him. I don't think Heatwave's going to be very good here either. That's interesting. We will put back... Heatwave's not going to get us more than a 4, right? Like he plays any tall cards in his deck. Still though, we'll put back this defender first. We'll pass here. I don't think he's going to have something for us to Heatwave. I'm thinking about this. What would he have? I'm not sure. He might have... Well, actually, we do want it, because we're going to have to hit the Sunset Wanderers. That's right, he'll be pretty big. It's maxing on us. Yeah, so this is me for Sunset Wanderers. That's it, though. I don't think he has anything else big. I wonder if this is the version playing Scorch. Some of these play Scorch, or Igni or something. You have to keep that in mind. Alright, so Dennis is going to be pretty big to go everything on the ranged row. These are all solid. This is good for the armor to get Brewer more. I would like Fegus and call a Forest. So of our bronzes, what's the least valuable? Berserker's probably going to be pretty good. Defender. I don't have a miner to set this up. So we'll put him back. Call the Forest, that's perfect. We didn't really want any of these except Fegus, so we'll just call the Force into him. That'll be pretty solid. Probably gonna open with the Fegus, go into our Monroe, and then go into Zoltan, and then we'll play Zoltan's Company and Brewer. Get the boost going early. Open Fegus. We'll play him on the ranged row, so Dennis can boost them. We do have to play, what's this called? The Zoltan Warriors can go melee for the 2 Berserkers. But I think that's all the things we're gonna put in the melee row, because we'll do company in the ranged, and then Bruiser in the ranged, because Dennis we have to play ranged for his all row boost. So we've got Monroe here, then Zoltan here, to transform this one and one of those. Go Bruiser. Play this Dwarf Berserker. We'll play Zoltan's Company, then this Berserker. See how much Bruiser can get us. We do have to be careful, he might have an Igni or a Scorch or a Yrden. These Lippy decks tend to run one of those. We just have to hope it's not the Yrden. We're getting Heat Waved on the Defender. So he has Blue Boy still. We do have to keep that in mind. Changes our plan a little bit. So we'll go, if we go Monroe, transform to Berserker. We'll do this. We'll just transform here. We've used one charge now, it's good. The Blue Boy now hits armor only, which is fine with me. Probably drop our, well, we're going to drop our Zoltan next. And then our Berserker. And then probably Company Bruiser. Just gonna be the Blue Boy? Or just gonna be the Ceres? It's gonna be the Ceres. Alright, it's gonna be a huge swing. We knew this was coming. And there it is. So now we drop our Zoltan. Where is he? Spawn the 2 Rowdy Dwarves. Make one to Berserker. We still have to worry about Sunset Wanderers being massive. We go. Question is, does he have removal? He played Heat Wave. I think his other removal will be some type of. Okay, there it is. We got the Blue Boy out.
Come on, let's go.
Hit some armor. That's not armor. Hit this guy's armor. That's fine. There's the Sunset Wanderers for 14. This card is ridiculous, by the way. The Sunset Wanderers. Absolutely crazy. Now we have here our turn, of course. We will go for our. I think we go for. This goes an extra point on this. But I want to get Bruiser going. This, then Bruiser. Yeah, let's do that. We'll play this guy first. Our. We could play Forge for a point here, but I want to save it in case we need to rearmor Bruiser. We can go Company next. We're down by 30, which is obviously a lot. Coral, of course. We didn't see her earlier. Of course, he might draw into, if he draws into any of his discards, to go to the melee row, so it's not that important. Just take 2, probably hit on Zoltan's armor. That'd be the best for us. Sure. Alright, we'll go for our Zoltan's Company now. We might take a couple hits on Sunset Wanderer with these Berserkers. There's not really much to do about that. There's a Scald.
Don't you pester me.
Okay. We'll drop our Bruiser then. Get our boosts going.
Let's get to work.
If he has. Well, he won't be playing Scorch because of Wanderers, right? Because he'll hit his own guy. So I don't think he. We might have to worry about Igni then. If he has Igni, he'll play it now. He does not. Okay. So I think we're good then. We want to play Dennis ranged. We want to play all these guys ranged, which is problematic because we don't have that many spots. The Dennis melee's okay too. These 2 definitely go ranged. This one, let's go guard. Go guard first. Get the armor boosting. If he didn't kill Bruiser then, he's not killing it now, so we'll use our Forge on one of our Berserkers. We do have to worry he might have Yrden still. Alright, now he locks Broover, I guess.
Our world is in
Got 2 turns of boosts out of him, that's pretty good. We have Barclay, Dennis, Heatwave, so we'll go Barclay here. We'll boost something melee.
Get the move on, lads. Look alive.
Just in case he has the Yrden. If he has the Yrden, we lose anyway, but it's good to just be in the habit of stuff, I guess. Wander's going to be Heatwave, that's a 14. There's the Skirmisher.
Nothing like some overseas plunder.
Time to Heatwave this. Yeah. Alright, we got him. GG. We're able to take down this deck, which is pretty good. The Dwarf Mercenaries were actually really key in this one. Let us do a good job of keeping that round 1 pressure up. GG. Let's find a game 2. This time, let's find White Frost, which is what we were targeting here. There's a lot of White Frost. We want to see if we get past the value of the armor. Beating that Lippy deck was pretty good, though. Yeah, good thing we kept Heatwave. His Sunset Wanderers is moving through his hand. I was trying to figure out if there's anything else in his deck. I know some of these people play Scorch. He might have had a Scorch, but I don't think so. Heatwave Wanderers is 14 for us, and then we're up quite a bit. Because again, you see the power of Broover, but the thing with the deck is, there's Dwarves, you can only use Broover once. Now whatever round you use him in, you usually want that one to be the game-winning one. If they force it out early, that's when the deck gets in trouble. Let's see if we can find one of them White Frost decks. There were a whole bunch yesterday. And earlier today, for that matter. There were a lot of them. I'm not sure where they all went. Alright, we have Reckless Fury.
I will not let
This
this
could be annoying. One of those chargers kills a Berserker through its armor. I'm guessing this is a Witcher Bomb discard deck, whatever you want to call it. Alright, we drew both of our volunteers, lovely. Sunset Wanderers version, I see. So that'd be... okay. We are going to get some good value this one Nature's Rebuke then. Although the Dwarf Armor would give us value here anyway. I'd rather play the Rebuke. So we go Minor, Justice, probably. Then we can set up for our Mahakam guards. Seems good to me. So we have Dennis here. No, but we could get him, so we want to play ranged in case we want our Dennis.
Never ever whistle in a mine.
Because we have Broover, so the only things we would search for are parts of the Monroe and Sultan combo mostly. But if we can get a ranged Dennis off for like 12 points, I'll take it for sure. Okay, there's an on-crate great sword. Sure. If he uses another charge, I'd be quite happy. Alright, so our muscle goes melee, that's fine. Play our Justice, get one of these out.
Oh, you've done it.
Do this, and we'll give one of these guys some armor. This comes down for 6th and 7. Honestly, we could play our company here. We have all 3 of our... if we go company... oh, yeah, definitely gonna go company now. He's already played his Gird. I was kind of concerned about this one.
Joe,
Take all that on armor. Of course, this does kind of ruin what I was saying. Was we were gonna play company, then we have 6. There's 3 spots. 1, 2, 3. On the Barclay. I'm not entirely sure what he's playing. The Greatsword makes me a little... I'm not sure what the Greatsword's doing in here. But have not seen this exact version before, that's all. But I'm pretty sure that if we just go to a long round with Vegas, Broover, we're favored. We will have to do so without our company if we play it here, though. That's probably okay. I think playing the company here and getting ourselves the value from the guards is probably the best thing to do. So we're going to play that. This comes for 9. Sure. I'm not going to bleed him, so I don't care if I play 2 cards here. So that's exactly what we're going to do.
Couple of things, right?
1, 2.
What? That's just poison.
Alright, he does have Sunset Wanderers still. We'll go to the long round 3, see if Brewer can do something for us. He's going to have a lot of removal most likely, so we do have to be a little wary about that. Let's see, what do we want to get for our round 3 hand? We want Heatwave for Sunset Wanderers. I want Xavier. I want these 2. So we have a lot of mulliganing to do to try and find these cards. You can go. That's 1. Dennis is fine. We'll get rid of this one too. There's the Heatwave. And then we pass. If he's playing some kind of bomb Madak, I didn't play any bombs yet. I don't think he is. I think he's playing something with the Malachite Great Swords instead. If he is, he won't be able to get it out here by playing a bomb. Alright, Skirmisher. Let's see what his long round is. We have to keep in mind the Reckless Flurry will kill a lot of our stuff early. Alright, this hand is extremely good. What are we missing? We're missing Xavier, but we can pull him. This hand looks really strong. We have to keep in mind his leader charges, though. They ignore armor, so Figus has a good chance to die if we play him without him playing charges. So I think we'll open with a Dwarf Berserker. Not normal, but I think we'll open for Dwarf Berserker to bait out a charge, then go for Figus. There's no way you can resist using a charge on our Berserker, right? Or we can go to Xavier too. Maybe Xavier is better. Depends on what he plays. Okay, Longship. That's gonna get him a lot of value because we cannot kill it. And there's Sunset Wanderers. What if we just Heatwave that? Of course, if he's playing Greatsword, we can Heatwave something else. Because I think he'll have another Greatsword. Did he discard a Axii? I don't recall him playing this. Huh. Anyway. I think here we could go for our Berserker, we go for our... I don't want to go for Xavier, because he won't have his armor. Unless we drop a Forge on him. I think it's tall. He's already played an Axii, so we can't reset it. And he plays Axii, so we can't have too much other tall removal cards. Could have Yurden. Okay, that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna go Call the Forest to Xavier, melee, hit him with this. We want to make his charges not dangerous to us. That's our goal here. We want his leader charges to not set up the guy who destroys something valuable. And he's played Axii, so I think we're pretty safe in making this guy tall already. That's the logic here. We could be wrong, which would be awkward. Alright, so next we'll play our Figus. We'll just put him on the same row here. Dennis is probably going to be played for 8 in the melee row. That's not super good, but it's not the worst. Okay, so he has a Heat Wave also. Fair enough, I guess. Okay, so he played Heat Wave and Axii. I think that's all his big removal, so maybe our Brewer lives then. Interesting. So we'll go for our Figus. He'll probably just destroy this with a leader charge. But that is what it is. I need to set up Dwarves. We'll play whichever one of these dies, because if he uses 2 charges, one of these dies, will determine what we do. If he uses 1, then kills 1, I think that'll be his last removal. The Witcher guy. Coral. If Coral hits the armor, we're in the same position as before. Coral hits not the armor, we lose Fegus for free. The 2 leader charges. Alright, he's not going for it. That's fine. He doesn't have to go for it. Do we have any other way to make a rowdy dwarf other than Zoltan? No. So it means I want to play Monroe first, but then we have the problem of the guy who kills a damaged unit. All that in mind, let's just go for a Berserker. We need to set up more Dwarves. He's already played... Oh, he's probably going to go for his Burna here. That would be problematic, for sure. It's a great sword. Now comes leader charges. Okay. We'll set this up. We still have a defender. We'll set him up. Then we'll go Zoltan, Ruvert, then try and get some more stuff going. Okay, we lose our Fegus, because removal is our problem here. Because he could also be playing Lambert or something. So we do this, do a double transform, and then we'll play our Brewer. Well, let's see how that does. If Brewer's unanswered, we still have a chance here. We're going to lose points on our Berserkers if they start hitting his tall guys. But we get more value if we play Brewer earlier. Before he takes our armor off, so we're going to play him. We don't have a way to re-armor our Brewer, which is a other issue. We would if we didn't have the Longship, though. So here comes the second. Oh, Yalmar's coming out. Yeah, I think he's got this, but we'll keep playing anyway. We can go for our Dennis, Heatwave. Is he going to be playing anything else tall? I don't think so. But we will go for our Darkpin here. Let's take this out. Okay, we're gonna have to Heatwave Greysword pretty soon, as in next turn. This is gonna be the other Bear Witcher, I'm guessing.
That's a good lucky day.
There he is.
Double the coin and consider it done.
Not sure why he hit that instead of one of our Dwarves. Maybe he has the guy who boosted damage. I think he does, or kills the damage, so if we can deny value on him, I will. So we'll just play this here. If he comes down without a deploy, that's nice. Burna.
So be it.
Of course there was a skirmisher in there. Why wouldn't there be? Guess we just hit Heatwave now. Yeah, there he is. Junod. And then we'll just play this. I guess we can't win a long round here against this much control without Zoltan's company or Justice. I have to keep that in mind for future games. GG. We still haven't found a White Frost deck, which is the whole reason we're playing Dwarves right now. Because there's a lot of White Frost decks, and they all sort of disappeared. Which is kind of awkward. Kind of wanted to play against them. That's what we're testing this out for. But, yeah, we'll see how it does. Hopefully we find at least one White Frost deck. I want to at least show it off versus one. Show what it can do, see if it gets value. But this is interesting, trying out the new 4th version Dwarves, although we haven't used the Defender yet for really anything. Except putting back in our deck. Let's see if we can get some value out of him this game. Hopefully we find White Frost finally. Alright, we're going up against this deck. The Guerrilla Tactics. Huh, we'll see what this is going to be. I guess it's going to be all movement stuff. With the Witchers, we have both of you again. I could keep one, and then Justice something else. Let's see if we get... I want this Miner, actually. Yeah, we'll just put this back. We'll probably get into Justice at some point. Alright. Now, here, what we're going to do is go for our Miner. Go Miner, boost the Defender, see if he gets us some value. Another Sunset Wanderers. Sunset Wanderers is literally everywhere because the card is completely crazy. Except in our deck, because we're playing Dwarven Mercenary. So we're gonna go for the Defender. We're taking a bomb here. That's fine. Their Defender, or Defender's gonna get bombs too, right? We'll play him here, just armor up. That should be pretty solid. Looks like we're gonna get value out of the armor. And then he'll keep boosting. Pretty solid here, in this scenario at least. Now what else do we have in our hand? Berserker, probably play him. Move enemy unit to leftmost, sure. I mean,
Just the revolution.
took 1 damage. Rebuke. We're gonna want this for Dual Blathana guy. So I don't want to use this yet. We're gonna actually. This is gonna be very valuable. So I guess we'll play Berserker. It might hit the Madoc. It does. It does. It did. Now, what are we going to use our our enchanted armor on? Obviously, Xavier is a good choice because he's going to be moved, most likely, so he won't get his armor back. Brewer is another good choice. Megascope. Got the Megascope going. Let's see. A range throw is looking fine. I don't want to commit too many of these guys. I think this will go on Brewer. Let me play Xavier. But then if he has any damage, Madoc does 3 to you, then he dies to a bomb. I'm not a fan of him dying to a bomb. Alright, well, Living Armor's Xavier. We'll play him. This should hopefully carry this round. We've got 3 engines going. Should be sufficient. Yep. There he goes. That'll take his armor off. He might move it.
It'd be a shame if they wouldn't.
Xavier lost his armor. Kind of expected that. What are we going to use our Call of Force on? We kind of want it now. Because I want to armor Xavier, but I don't really want to... Dennis isn't great here. Zoltan goes with Fegus, and we're not playing Brewer, so we actually want to play Call to Forest. No, we want to put something in melee row. Because we want to get a chance to use Dennis if we want to. We could just go for this Defender. Let's do this. We'll pick this card. We'll get value out of that. And we'll just get more points. And then we'll pass. If he plays something here, We'll probably pass. And he did. Defenders did quite well this round, I'd say. Alright. The thing is here, I actually don't think we want to do a long round 3. I think, was it Gaten? Whichever guy moves everything in his row. And, Gazaros are too strong. Which is bad. Sorry about that. So this hand's really good. Alright, so what do we open with? Not Justice. Well, I guess we can just open with a Mercenary. We have Dennis, so ranged, but then Zoltan puts stuff in melee. 2 Rowdy Dwarves melee. Dennis goes ranged. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh geez, 6 guys range. It's okay. So we'll drop our Mercenary in the range row, just to be a friend of theirs. Alright, so what do we do if we have to force stuff out and he wins the round? We'll start round 3 options. Yarpin with Forge is solid. Brewer's gonna kind of be bad here, just because he has so much movement. So basically, whichever turn we use Brewer is the only turn he's getting value.
Humans are scum. I prefer elves. Dwarves. Makes easy.
We could kill off this. I think that's a decent enough target for this rebuke. We'll remove it. He's gonna have his Dolbothana guy, but it was gonna boost this by 1 point every turn it moved. And it was gonna get moving itself gives the points, right? Alright, what are we gonna have here? Another Cat Witcher?
Let's get this over with.
Yes, it is.
Yeah, I work for the poor users. Better than working for humans.
Alright, if we're gonna play you, we could save Zoltan and then try and get Monroe for round 3. I like that. So we'll go Berserker and then Justice. Berserker. It might hit the, well, it will hit the shield eventually, so. I don't want to play anything to melee quite yet, because it denies him a turn of points off this Cat Witcher. If we went for Justice, he'd be able to tick the shield off here. If we went for Zoltan, the same thing. There's making a bomb, so he's just going to move us to that row. The idea was there's the Madak back. Alright, I got 1 charge out on the Cat Witcher. There's the Sunset Wanderers. We got that out of his hand too. Alright, well, here's what we're going to do. We're going to make him use up most of his stuff. We're going to save Brewer Justice for round 3. Although I don't want to do that because we could draw into these. So we're going to play Justice. We're going to save Brewer for round 3. Brewer, if we save these 3, I'm not sure we'll be able to save Company, but we'll see. So we'll play Justice. Obviously, we want this guy.
Next time it'll be personal.
We'll play melee. Dennis isn't going to get more than 8 here.
We're the best regiment in the whole Foreign North.
We're sure playing these guys melee. Just because I want the Cat Witcher here to not hit hit one of these guys. I want him to not hit the one without armor. I guess it doesn't matter because next turn it'd be the same thing if you put him in the ranged row. Alright, so that's a good card for him. Another one of those. Madoc's gonna hit our cards here. We'll take, hopefully, value on armor. Shield. Took some. How much more can we get out of him? And how much more do we need to save? I think Dennis is going to be less valuable round 3. So I think we play him here. The question is, do I use... I'm thinking about the tempering. Because tempering does 7 value here. And then Dennis could just say, I think we'll do that. I want him to play his Gezras. We'll go here. And we'll go here. I really want him to play his Gezras. I don't want to deal with that round 3. Either that or his Gaten. I want him to use Gezras, Gaten, or the 3 movements. Okay, we got the 3 movements. Hopefully we can get Gaten too. Perfect. This is what we wanted. Hopefully this hits some armor. Alright, we got the Gaten. And the 3 movements. That's pretty good. Then we have Zoltan, Company, Brewer. Yeah, that sounds pretty good to me. Obviously Brewer's gonna get moved, so we're gonna get the 1 turn of boosts off him. But here, if we continue, we're not gonna gain value. There's Leo. Oh, we got Leo out too. This is a very solid, valuable push here. The only thing we're missing is Gezras. With only 6 cards, hopefully you can't get too many units in a row. Problem is Gezras hits everything melee. We need Monroe. We have Monroe. We did get Monroe. This is a good hand. So we're going to play ranged if possible to avoid Gezras' row effect, since we can't kill him. Edarin. Boosted to an 8. If we go Fegus, Zoltan, Monroe, Company, Brewer, Yarpen. I think that's our play here. Monroe. This puts us down to 5 turns. This puts us at 4. We transform one of his Rowdy Dwarf. And then we go, yeah, let's do this. We go Fegus. We'll play ranged, like we said. Zoltan's going to spawn the 2 Rowdy Dwarves in melee, but that's fine. But he's going to move us, right? See? He's going to move us. There's my dock. So we go for our Monroe, right here. Transform this guy. Honestly, his Gezras might not be too bad. There's another bomb. Let's see. We have Zoltan next. Alright, his Gezras is gonna hurt if he plays him. But Company will at least armor everything. Hopefully he goes for the damage now on Gezras. Okay. He'll damage us next turn. So then after he damages us... Oh, actually he won't. Okay, I guess we go Company now then. He might have another movement, but if he does, Company gives us a lot of protection. So we'll do this. Company, armor everything up, just in case. We'll finish with a Brewer and then a Yarpen. He has no movements left, so he can't move Brewer. Ownermancy. I'm guessing he's going to move his Gezras again. Brewer's not going to get too much value anymore. If he moves his Gezras. But we're up quite a bit. I'm guessing Edarin was for the Megascopes. Oh, just Cat Witcher. That's fine. Brewer's going to be really good. He doesn't have a movement for it. We'll take this Cat Witcher damage.
Style. That's right. I like fighting with style.
And Brewer's gonna give us our points.
Nothing like a
Alright.
dwarf to get you out of that tight spot.
And that's GG. Pretty sure there's nothing he can do here. Okay, well, let's be honest, he could have an Igni. Rightmost guy, yeah. Kill off one of our guys.
Go ahead, move
Yeah.
around all you want.
And we'll just drop our Yerpin. Because we feel like it.
Whoa, those scum for a
Alright.
world.
GG. Took this guy out. Still no White Frost decks, which is what we're looking for. See if we can find one next game. GG. I want to get at least one game with the White Frost deck in this video, because the point of this deck is to see if it can counter the White Frost decks, because they're so popular. At least they were the other day, and this morning, and actually the days before that. Unless they suddenly became unpopular, I want to see how they do. Another Lippy.
I'll do what I can.
Alright, well, see if we can take this guy out. Boyza. That's not the same one as before, right? I don't think so. Will you hide this menu? No? That's nice. Anyway. This is solid, this is solid. We've got these. I'm concerned we're a little slow this round. So I will, that's a good card. I want Justice. So I don't think I want two of you. That's not going to be very helpful. Okay, now we can close this finally. So we go Miner, Defender, Armor on Xavier. Sounds good to me.
Great blood runs thick. I'm great.
I get it, you're a non-crate. Not sure why you're standing on a crate, but keep telling me you are and I'll keep laughing. Alright, Onromancy into Ceres. Pretty standard here. Just like the last guy. I'm guessing it's going to be another Megascope deck then. We were able to beat that last one though. For the long round 3. I think that's what we're going to go for again. The long round 3. So we'll go for our Defender here. Hit him with this. Next turn we'll do the Enchanted Armor on Xavier. Play Xavier. And that should be a good start to the round. We're going to want Company or Justice for round 3 again. There's the Megascope. We knew this was coming. The nice thing about these Megascopes is they slow down his tempo a lot. Armor on Xavier. Play the Xavier. Get some boosts going. Honestly, I'm not sure if he's going to play the exact same deck as the last guy. There's Coral. We have a lot of armor though.
I can do a great deal more for you.
Not the likes of overseas
Alright.
London.
So this is a different deck from last time. None of the lovely cards with I'm thinking about the great swords and such. So we'll drop a Mercenary. Pretty solid here. Still getting some boosts. We don't need to bleed. We're not going to bleed him round 2. We just want a long round 3, as long as we can get for Brewer to get value, because I don't think he has removal for it outside of Blue Boy. And if he looks like he's going to lose this, he might play his Blue Boy here. Okay, sure, do that. Now we have our Barclay. Our guard's a 7. Our Barclay lands for a little more. So we'll drop our guard. Should be plenty solid enough. 7 for 4 is pretty good with me. Get a couple more boosts. He still hasn't played Burna, which could be a big swing that we have to be concerned about. Alright, let's go for the second Megascope. I'm guessing he'll pass then. We'll go for our Barclay. Just boost this. 10 for 6 is pretty solid. We got a significant lead here, but he has Sunset Wanderers, we have to keep that in mind. Alright. We got him to pass, so we'll take our 10 card round 3, just what we wanted. We want to assemble like a super hand for round 3, which includes Justice. Not a guard, or volunteer. I want Monroe. I want these 3 cards. Those are the 3 cards I want. None of those was the 3 cards we want. I'll take the Volunteers into my hand at this point, honestly. It's not bad.
Don't you pester me.
We'll see if we can take this round 3. If he doesn't have removal, well, he doesn't have too much removal, maybe he's just playing a Heat Wave, then we'll be fine. I think. We don't want to play a lot of removal, because that's where we struggle. Especially if he has a blue boy, right? Because blue boy's going to be like, pew pew pew, kill 3 of our guys. Well, he could kill 3 of our guys. Good. Alright, these are not perfect. I definitely do not... This is probably the worst card in our hand. That could be good. Miner's not super awesome. Let's put Miner back, see if we can get our Zoltan Warrior. We did not. Alright, so we're missing out on these 3, which is a lot of our good cards, honestly. We can still use our Monroe with Zoltan's Company, but we can't get the armor off of Zoltan's Company. There's Lippy.
Time for some marauding.
There it is. Let's see, what do we start with? Go Fegus into Monroe into Zoltan's Company, and then drop these guys. That'll give us full value in all of their stuff. We'll do that.
Was it so plowing crummy in Nilfgaard?
Want to set up armor for Blue Boy to be worse. It's our real goal. I don't feel like he's running removal. He's got Mahakam bombs. He hasn't played them yet, though, I don't think. I can't check his graveyard to tell, but... Was that Curse of Corruption we just saw? It sure was. Anyway. Monroe comes down here. Get 1 transform off. So then we'll go for our company into another transform, and then we'll probably drop down our couple of Berserkers, Broover near the end. Not the last card though. Okay, there's his Ceres. This is gonna be his huge swing. So he's at 5 to go to 32, 27 points. Nice. I know you're standing on a crate. I got it. Anyway. So we do our company here, do a quick transform, start firing off some more shots, go Berserker, Berserker, that puts this row to 7, 8, 9, so we can't put both Berserkers in this row. There's Blue Boy, hit the armor, nope, okay now we can. Monroe's armor is the best target for that. Berserker, Burna. Now keep in mind Red Haze where we put Broover. Don't want to put him next to anything that might kill him. Okay, sure he's gonna get that off. Drop this. I think here he probably has a bomb, so I think for Broover we save Forge. I think we play Broover now. Because each turn we're going to start losing armor off of our Berserkers. He did play... I didn't see a Heat Wave earlier. There it is now. Alright, well, I guess we can't win then if we've lost our Broover. And there's the big Sunset Wanderers. Card's nuts. Anyway, let's see. We can boost everything by 1, and that'll stop our guy from dying. So let's do that. And then I guess we'll play this on one of our Berserkers. Then we go for Yarpen, Guard, and Heatwave. we have a chance as long as this stuff hits armor. And his last cards aren't very good.
That might even be amusing.
So we go Yarpin. Hit Coral.
And here's one a good look at the axe!
Guard comes down for quite a bit. He could ruin us with Gird, but I don't think he has it. Really needed Justice this round, or Zoltan. We're unable to get a lot of armor on everything. So Guard, drop you.
For Mahakam!
We have a minus 16 on his Wanders. If he's a 5-point card, oh, he drew Knickers. We're actually gonna win this. That's kind of crazy. Alright, fine, we'll threaten him back. Sure.
Better off giving up now.
And get out. Alright, we were able to take that one, surprisingly. This is why you played the end of games that are not super over. But, yeah. Not a White Frost deck still. Let's try one more time. Game. Made this video and this deck. Let's try and show off the Dwarf deck I made against White Frost. Now, we played a bunch of White Frost yesterday. Played a bunch of White Frost earlier. Started recording. Had 4 games against non-White Frost. Can we find a White Frost deck, please? Would be fantastic. So, White Frost. That's Arrakis. I got excited when I saw his monsters. I guess we're not going to be showing this deck off against White Frost today. Arrakis Swarm, though, could be a... Well, here's the thing. We have one very strong tool against Arrakis Swarm. And that is the Dwarf Berserkers will actually kill off the 1-point guys. Now here, we could put this back and go for a Justice. I think I'll keep this. We'll probably just play it, and then we'll use Justice to get out another Berserker later on. At least that's the idea. Alright, so looking at my match history here on my phone, on the Gwent site, it looks like we in fact played 8 Monsters decks out of 12 games before this video, and now we haven't played a single one. I guess I could have pulled up on my laptop, but, you know. So, Miner, Defender, do we have a Dennis? We do. Okay, so we'll go everything ranged. We'll go Miner ranged, put our Defender in the range row, start playing some of our bronzes. And then probably get this guy out and see if we can't get Dennis to get some value here. Dennis has not been performing very well, honestly. I kind of am not surprised because we have a conflict, right? We're going to put everything arranged for him, but Zolan put stuff melee. Is that our Predatory Dive, I'm guessing? Oh, Parasite. You parasited that? That's interesting. Oh, Berserker time. Sorry, maybe killing off these Arrakis drones. Not quite. Striga. Drawing with Cursed Scroll. Makes me concerned he has some kind of plan. Volunteers is 8, and it thins. That's fine. Let's do this.
We're the best regiment in the whole
Obviously Justice thins by 2 instead of 1, but we didn't draw it, and Justice is fine getting us something else in this deck. And like the last couple games, you don't have it. Okay, so what are we duplicating here with Megascope? We like getting ghouls or something? It's a 9-point Megascope. It's pretty good. Well, we'll play this guy.
must stick together.
Honestly, in these games, I haven't missed my Ciaran. There's a Goliath. Probably knows we can't kill that. So he's up by 15. What I want to know is if I play Defender, we go to 22. We go to 22, it's up by 11. And then we play another card, Dennis. Dennis is 9, 10, 11. It's a draw. So this isn't actually the play. So this guy, because he'd be worth 6 eventually, right? This guy's going to be worth 7, which is enough. So we'll play him. Dennis now puts us over. Well, our math was really bad there. We'll just pretend that math wasn't so bad. Oh no, our math was fine. No, we're good. There's Wispa's Tribute. What is he going to go for? Oh, we got Crimson Curse out. So he's played Crimson Curse. That means he wins this round. You can't compete with that. So I guess we have to pass. I guess it's sees some kind of round 3 that he thinks is really strong. My guess is going to be the standard Araka Swarm with everything, and then Yennefer. Can make Yennefer not as bad by swarming ourselves. Defender is not super good. Oh, we got a Brewer. These two go together in case he does something this round. Rebuke. Don't know. Alright, we'll keep what do we need? We need a good number of cards. We'll get rid of this. Sunset Wanderer is still moving. Ygritte. We have Heat Wave, we didn't draw it. Rebuke would have killed this, almost. If we go Miner into Defender, that's not enough points. Miner into Xavier, 4, 7, 10, 11. Well, we're probably gonna have to use our leader ability or leader charge here, which isn't good.
Oh, I'm feeling sleepy, grumpy.
He's gonna pass probably, or he's gonna push with the Sunset Wanderers. Hideous Feast. Really wish we got our Heat Wave here. And there's the Wanderers. This card's so good. Alright, down by 25. Not great. There's no single card that gets us here. So we'll just go for this.
Wanna flip my axe?
He's probably gonna pass here. Nope. Keep pushing is better for us than if he passes. Gonna lock that. Fair enough, I guess.
Is in harmony.
I'll go for our Xavier.
Good ways fair under King Desmond.
We have Zoltan Warrior. He comes out for 10. Warrior into Monroe. I think Warrior to Monroe is the play. If we don't get Monroe, if he kills them, well, how would he kill them though? I don't think he's a Lambert. Yeah, I guess we'll just go Zoltan Warrior.
Come the horseman!
We can fairly comfortably win with one card now, without having to play Brewer. Alright. So, down 11. It actually depends where the hits on the armor go. Barclay is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 10, 11, 12. Perfect. Perfect.
I've got to get this stinking mess in order.
There we go. Actually, he counts himself, so he's 13. I always forget he counts himself. Alright, now if we get Justice, well, if we get Zoltan's Company and Monroe, that'd be nice. There's Company. There's Justice. Heatwave. Man, look at the cards in our deck, though. We really wanted some of those. We can call out... We can call the force 1. Probably Monroe. Let's see. We have Justice. Alright, we'll finish redrawing. This is probably good. Unfortunately, we have to go first, but we can pull out our Monroe. Or we can go Fegus. Monroe or Fegus. Fegus is Defender. Monroe could die, then we're stuck in a spot where you don't have anything to play. Fegus is 7. Monroe is 6. Monroe gives us several more. Monroe is definitely better. I don't think he has a thing to kill it with. We'll go Monroe. And then we'll play our stuff ranged for Dennis.
Go back across the Yaruga, you buttheads!
I think he has Google, Ozrel. He played that already. Don't think he plays Heatwave. There's a portal.
We shall conquer this world.
Yeah, okay. So he's gonna be playing Devotion most likely. Actually, no, he's not. He's just playing Portal for the Conquerors. Seems risky. I mean, not that it's bad, but it just seems kind of risky. I wouldn't do it. Alright, we'll go for our Company here. And then just take 2 of these Berserkers. Then we'll go Justice, Brewer. It's just so risky for this portal without these guys without Devotion. Hopefully we can kill off some of these. Hopefully. So we'll go for our Justice. Honestly, I'll take the Berserker. I want to kill these little guys off.
We have done it now.
Let's hit them 3 times. 3 of them. Perfect. Then we go Brewer. Just a lot of points. Megascope for 7, sure. But I don't think this guy has an answer to our Brewer, and Dennis is actually going to get value. Brewer? We'll pull our Mahakam Forge in case he has another one of those natural selections to take our armor off. Miss out on 1 point by doing so. There's the Heatwave. So we go Dennis.
So silky.
I've never run from no one, and I'm no about to start.
And there's no point in playing Forge yet. We'll wait. Spores. Okay. Heatwave for 7. So we'll go Heatwave. Just take out one of these. Forge on one of our Berserkers. 22. I think his last card's Ozrel and we win this. Oh, it's Igni. His deck's really weird. Not judging, it just doesn't seem like it fits together. Maybe it does. It just seems like everything doesn't work out too well together. Who knows though? Who knows? Probably him. Better than me. GG. So here we are back in the deck editor. What would I change? Let's take a quick look and see what our options are. The biggest one, as you've probably noticed from playing games, is Dennis was not super awesome. So he's not going to be in here anymore. Trying to mount him having to go to the ranged row to boost everything in the row by 1 kind of conflicts, right? Because we have to play Zoltan melee for the 2 rowdy dwarves, and that's one of the ways we fill up our row quickly. And then the other one is that Justice plays the Cleaver's Muscle to the melee row. It's not the biggest deal, but it makes him a little awkward to use, and he didn't get a lot of value, so we'll take him out. Now, the other things I want to mention here are, there's 2 options, right? As far as the other trains we could do. We can either take out the Dwarven Mercenaries and put in a couple of our non-dwarves, the Dwarven Chariot, Gregory of Vol, Ciaran, whatever you want for like a lock card. Or we could take out the Mahakam Defenders and then keep the Dwarven Mercenaries and stay with all dwarves. You can also play like 1 or more non-dwarf unit if you want. You just gotta be careful about the Mercenaries. Personally, I am not quite done trying out the Mercenaries. They seemed actually pretty good, so I think I'm going to keep them for now. What I would like, though, before we mention what we're taking out, my final decision here, is I want to mention a couple cards I'd like to add. Specifically, I want to add Polly. He has a move. That's helpful. We don't have removal, so a move is an option we can use to try and control our opponent. It can also counter a move on us, so if they move our Broover or something, instead of killing it, we can move it back. And also is an order to give 2 armor. That's pretty useful for Broover. It can re-armor a Berserker. It gets 8 points of value in our deck. So the move and the armor, I want to try Polly out. I think he'll be pretty good. So I want to put him in. Put him in. Now the other thing I want is I do want a second Nature's Rebuke. So those are the things I'd like. Now if we look at our deck, we have an extra provision somewhere. And I think without Polly, we do not need our defenders to get 8 points of value off of a minor, right? You can put the armor on a Berserker, and then the 2 armor is worth 2 points also. Very good. So I think what I would like to do, another thing is Pyrotechnician is a solid 4 provision card too. So if we're going to be using Polly, what I would like to do is take out the defenders. They were a little too situational for my liking. They seem solid if you have a way to boost them, and they're pretty good, I would say. But I think for my deck, I'm going to take out these defenders. We have 5 provisions, go to 5s, and there's something I want to do real quick. Dwarf. If we take a look at the Dwarves in 5, we are playing the only 2 already, right? So, then what do we put in? Do we want a non-dwarf? Do we want a Dwarven Chariot? But I think we take a quick look down here at the special cards. None of these, but if we go to neutral, we do have some options here, right? We can boost all units in ally row by 1, potentially useful, probably not. So these are choices, right? But the other thing we can do, we go to 6, and we do all these. This is where you can pick what you want to put in, right? This is like a flexible thing right here. There's 5 provisions. You could also take out a Rebuke again, take out 2 Rebukes, put in a 7, it's up to you. And you could upgrade something else. Say you could upgrade, you could upgrade something else. This is the flexible spot in the deck, these bronzes. But with all that said, the card I want to use, if we can find it, is Scoia'tael 5. I think it'd be pretty neat to, I was going to say use Mahakam Ale, because it goes with the Dwarves and it unlocks our Broover and unlocks our guys, and I just realized that it got buffed to a 4 provision card, so this whole time I've been looking for it, and it's actually here as a 4. I was like, Mahakam Ale goes with Dwarves, right? But actually it's a 4 provision card, so that just doesn't quite fit anymore, does it? Well, anyway, you can pick whatever you want for this slot. We'll just be playing some random cards. Not really random cards. I think we'll be putting in a Dwarven Chariot again. Since a Mahakam is a 4, I like Dwarven Chariot. Goes with the theme of the deck. It can be an engine for the armor. And wherever it is, if we keep glossing over it, we'll put it in. That'll be our last card. Just keep in mind you want to play your what's it called? Mercenaries after the chariots. After the chariot, that's easy enough to manage. Not a big deal. The thing with units like this, the chariot that you can play before your mercenaries, if you play it before, you don't lose out on anything, right? The thing with other cards like a Locke or say a Geralt, for example, is you want to hold on to them until a very specific scenario. So if you had the mercenary, you might have to play earlier than you'd want. So this is significantly better. I think this is fine. You could run a second chariot instead of a rebuke if you want, but this is the deck I think I'll be using going forward. And I think enchanted armor is okay. I'm not sure enchanted armor is the best, but it works out. So that's the deck. Hope you guys enjoyed, and we'll see you next time.